Well, guys, I think Pfizer's, Bill Gates, or the WHO's latest checks just cleared, because here you can see the Guardian scumbag MPs attacking the only MP asking questions about what went on during the
pandemic.
This is even more suspect if you remember back to those few years when these same clowns seemed to care about every death they could blame on bat flu. But now excess deaths are above even the height of that bollocks. These same people are not only radio silent on it, but actually trying to take down anyone who dares mention it.
It's called suspicious.
This is proven to me by the latest hit piece attacking Andrew Bridgen for daring to bring this up in Parliament while inviting German MPs who agree with him to the UK. Suspicious. This is proven to me by the latest hit piece attacking Andrew Bridgen for daring to bring this up in Parliament while inviting German MPs who agree with him over here. Naturally, they called them all far right, as is usually the name these Guardianista wankers love to use, so that ain't really shocking, is it? Personally though, I do think they're slightly pissed off he's reminding people as what went on, as the media and Labour Party not only supported it all, they actively wanted to go further and faster than even Boris the big pharma bitch boy did.
Order.
The ayes to the right, 516. The noes to the left, 38.
The ayes to the right, 516. The noes to the left, 38. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Unlock.
I think it's important that we're led by the science on this. We've had access to the government scientific and medical advisors, and that's helped us form our views. I hope those restrictions can be lifted
as
soon as possible, but I want them to be lifted because the medical science says they should be lifted. Well, he did bring in restrictions. He brought in Plan B. He brought in Plan B. The only reason...
Those were measures, they weren't restrictions, but yes.
Well, let's not argue about that.
Was he right or not?
He was right to bring in those measures, but the truth is they wouldn't be in place now if the Labour Party hadn't voted for them because he'd lost control of his own party. So the Prime Minister stands in Parliament, says these measures are necessary to protect public health, but he can't get them through in his own vote. So we stepped up in the public interest, showed the leadership that he lacks, voted for those measures, and that is why we have Plan B measures in place at the moment,
you were pushing for more restrictions at the time before Christmas.
No, we weren't.
Wes Streeting went on. He went on television. He said the First Minister of Wales had a roadmap for Wales. The First Minister of Scotland had set out measures in Scotland. Why is the Prime Minister unable to show the same leadership for England? He said that just 5 days before Christmas.
He wasn't calling for more restrictions, and the fact that the Prime Minister lies and says Wes Streeting was calling for restrictions doesn't mean that we were calling for restrictions. We had access to the government experts, we discussed the evidence, and we voted for the Plan B measures because it was in the national interest to do so. And that's the only reason we've got those measures in place. So this fabrication that we were asking for a lockdown, calling for a lockdown, is a fabrication. It's a bit of a compliment, frankly, to the Labour Party that the Prime Minister and his ministers feel that they've got to fabricate an account of events before Christmas to defend their own position.
It is about the big calls, isn't it? And I mean, also in July, you called for, when the Prime Minister said he was going to lift all the restrictions, you said that was reckless.
I said they shouldn't all be done in one go, and I thought we should have kept, for example, masks for longer, and I think we should have done. But look, those measures, those Plan B measures, are only in place because the Labour Party stepped up and acted in the national interest. The right thing to do, according to the evidence.
Yeah, the uni party are all as balls deep in this as the next scumbag is, and now every time I see them trying to shut down the debate, I literally question which wanker's check just cleared to have them all running damage control for it. Or is it them trying to shut it all down so people don't remember their complicity in all that went on? Literally anything's possible with the parasites that be, as most of yous will know. But who do you think's check just cleared in this one? Was it Bill Gates that's known to fund the Guardian, the WHO, WEF, or maybe even Big Pharma themselves? Or do you think they're running damage control for their own part in this bullshit? Because it being all of the above wouldn't shock me at this point.
pandemic.
Where are